Well, thank you, Peter, and also thank you, Szabolcs, for the very extensive presentation. Let me introduce myself very quickly. My name is Christopher Lippek. I work for a company in Berlin called Perinet GmbH. We work with single-pair Ethernet technology, and today the presentation's topic will be a digitization retrofit of a manufacturing plant in Spain. They manufacture pneumatic valves, and the project is being guided by a systems integrator from Spain as well, called Sentinel. So, as I mentioned, the client here is pneumatic valve manufacturer. The plant itself has 40 machines in operation. They're producing parts for those valves, and the situation is that in every shift, the machine operator will manually type in the amount of parts produced into their operational data collection system. So the goal of the project, the thing that the client here wants to reach, is the automation of that process. With that automation, it is necessary to log the amount of parts produced, as well as the timing. This is for obvious reasons, because if there are any inconsistencies in the process, so the machine is not running for some time, or so things like that, it will be easier to monitor those problems. With the process digitization, the thing that is also necessary is remote access. I think Szabolcs was talking about this before. We had the Corona epidemic, where people don't go to the factory if they don't need to. So in that case, it is very handy, very necessary to have remote access. That could be via app, but definitely not only within the factory itself. And then another important thing was that the machines themselves, those 40 machines, they should not stop working. Also, for obvious reasons, every hour that a machine is not working, that's loss for the company. Loss of time is loss of money, and that is to be avoided. And as a last requirement, the client was really wanting to have a low maintenance cost and low maintenance time. That means for the client that there is no systems administrator to be hired additionally, as well as no third-party service team that has to come in. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the infrastructure of the solution provided by Sentinel, the systems integrator. The idea is following. The systems integrator would provide a digitization set, which is connected to each machine of those 40 machines. The implementation of the connection actually is not done by the systems integrator. The client himself was doing that. It was quite easy. You have open cables on one side. The signal is already there. It's discrete signal that basically just puts out a logical 1 when there is a part produced, and logical 0 when there is not. Quite simple. Then this digitization set is connected to the already existing Ethernet infrastructure. In case of the client here, that was very simple. On top of the machines, you have an RJ45 connector, like just a LAN connector that connects the whole plants. And at this point, when you do those two connections, the client could access each and every single machine information via browser. No additional software necessary, and no configuration necessary here either. That's not enough, though. We know that because logging information is necessary. We don't want to constantly look up what's happening with the machine. So what was additionally implemented was in this case it's called Zend Edge. That's the name for a product of ours, a modular edge computer. The Zend Edge name is because we allow rebranding, so any name that system integrator would want to put onto our products is totally possible, which acts as a data logger and as a message broker. And the message broker, once a part is produced, the digitization set sends a message to the broker. The broker would provide the operational data collection system with this information, as well as the remote app that is implemented by the systems integrator as well. Now, let's talk about the digitization set itself. Is it off again? Nope. Here we go. So the digitization set is comprised of two parts, two products of ours. The first one is the adapter that is connected to the machine. In this case, it's a discrete signal, so it's quite simple. It's just an on-off read, which digitizes the information and puts a timestamp on it. This is sent, in this case, we send it out over an MQTT message with a JSON string. The message is sent over a cable. In this case, this is a hybrid single pair Ethernet cable, which consists of two twisted pair cables. One is power supply and one is the data. The data is being sent to the media converter here. As you can see, there is the power supply coming in for the into the media converter, 20 volts DC, and the data is here transformed into fast Ethernet, the connection that also can be connected to the existing Ethernet network. From here, it is sent to the MQTT broker. Any system that is MQTT able could subscribe to this information. The information is readable at times of sending. If you are curious about this whole setup, you could come over to our showroom, have a chat with me and my colleague Björn Engelbert. We're very happy to show you a couple things. What I do want to highlight on this slide as well is the possibility of scalability, so the future-proof solution that we provide. If you wanted to add another data point here, it would be possible to, for example, do energy monitoring. So you add another adapter which has an analog signal input. You digitize this information and send it over a 3-port switch, which is also part of our portfolio. Saying that if you wanted to add any more data points, that would be possible here. There is a maximum of devices you can plug into this system just because of the power supply. If you wanted to add more than, I'm not exactly sure, maybe 36 devices or something like that, you would need another media converter, which in this case could also be our modular edge computer because it can act as a media converter as well. So with all this presented to you right now, the systems integrator was able to meet all the requirements of the client. And as I speak right now, this system is integrated into their pneumatic valve manufacturing plant. Yes, and I guess wrong way. Thank you very much for your attention. As I've mentioned, please come by and have a look at our system, have a talk with us, and have a Coca-Cola or whatever. We'd be very happy to chat with you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Christopher.